Free Living Project, Free Air. Ironically, I was already going to record this idea of free air, filtering and stuff like that for health purposes, but the fact that we literally got smoke around us because Canada's on fire. So the irony with that is like, well, right now I'm wearing my mask. It has a filter. Well, I'm not wearing it right now while I'm recording this, but I just took it off. But definitely out here with the smoke in the air, of course, not good for our lungs, especially if you have asthma and other lung-related issues. Plus, it's just not good for us in general, right? Secondhand smoke, as they say. But it's just an interesting idea. I know you can see the mist, fogginess. Like that's light reflecting off smoke. This is fogginess. So I updated the site, and free air is the new thing on the site. So most people don't think about, about air quality, right? They don't think about doing anything when it comes to air. They just breathe it, right? But there's a lot of stuff in the air. Right now, there's literally smoke in the air because of the Canada fires, among other reasons. But there's smoke in the air, which is, not good for your lungs. And that's a lot of carbon particles. So you're going to need something to kind of block the smoke, and that's where mask comes in. So yes, start wearing your mask again. Make sure it has a filter, or have a mask that has a filter like that. Then the N95 mask, or like the filters right here that I like to use on my mask. My mask has filters, so good thing never stop using the mask with the filter, but definitely good that I have it now because that smoke was definitely getting to my lungs. So I had to wear the mask to reduce that, especially the area I'm at work. There's more smoke, but outside I'm indoors, so I'm not wearing the mask because indoors we do have a ventilation system, so it is filtering out the smoke. So I don't smell smoke in here, but if I go outside, there's tons of smoke out there. Point is, we got to deal with smoke now. On top of the fact that COVID and all these other common cold and stuff like that. So we gotta be more mindful of our air now more than before, because our air is more polluted now than before. So that's where air purifiers should definitely be something you should be looking into getting. Gas mask, for worst case scenario. Because if the air gets really bad, you might want to make sure you have masks for that. There's filters you can put on box fans. There's some videos here to teach you how to use some of this material so that way you can better control the quality of your air, just like you should filter. Putting a blanket over your box fan or will act like a filter in a way, especially when it comes to like smoke. If the towel, like it's a towel, I'm saying, like put a towel over your box fan. If you wet it, make it nice and damp, it'll catch more of the carbon, more of the smoke particles. If you're in a scenario where there's a fire and you need a mask, a shirt, wet it, put it around your face, right around your mouth, nose, and the water will protect you because it'll get into the pores of the material, and it should attract the carbon on the smoke particles so that we don't breathe them in, or at least reduce, and then air should flow in and out, because technically air and water don't mix, right? But carbon and water, or carbon and the liquid would mix. So that's like the idea there. So that's makeshift way of creating something that can capture, smoke. So a fan, ideally you want the fan blowing towards, away from you. And then, like I said, the towel is damp, ideally, so it can pull away smoke from your from your direction and capture it in the towel, and then release air and hopefully a nice circulation. You'll be capturing carbon capturing, as it were. That way you're not breathing that in. Of course, wear a mask, even indoors, especially now because of the smoke stuff. You might want to wear a mask indoors. Keep your windows closed, right? And try to circulate air through a fan in your, sleeping areas, your office, wherever you're at. Car, that's nothing. Your car, right? Your car should have a filtering system. It definitely should filter out smoke, so keep that in mind. Definitely want to keep your windows up in your vehicle and have your air conditioning system running. And that's just some of the tips on how to deal with air, especially air that's not too clean, and that's how to clean your air. Rather say, free air, right? Right, to gain air. I mean, air is free; it's everywhere. But if you're in a situation where there's very, very little air, or very little good air, obviously there's ways you can get air from the ground. Plants will have air, or some. That's the thing. Plants, right? Plants definitely will help you filter out carbon-filled air. So that's something to take into account. So make sure you have some plants around you. I'll definitely put plants around like window areas, so that way they can start filtering out any smoke, any carbon or CO2 from the air, so that way you can breathe better. Drink water. Water does have air. It's hydrogen and oxygen. Your body breaks down the water into its components. So it will, when you drink water, your body will absorb the oxygen from the water. So that's another way of getting clean oxygen to your lungs. Drink water. So gotta put that in there. Also purify your water, right? So that we can have nice clean water to get your clean air from, right? Air pump. Get like an air pump. Obviously add a filter to it, and then you can be able to filter out and pump something up with air, like maybe some water balloons, or not water, but like some balloons, and fill them up with air, or fill up some air tanks with an air pump. So something to keep into consideration. You can get one of those bike pumps and the rubber tube from a bike, so that you can pump it up with air. Now it's not the best air in the world, but you get an idea. It's like at least you can save some air in there. And if you ever need to, you just poke the little nail that's inside of the hole, the little nozzle, and the air will come out, and you can get some air that way. So that's the way you can do the whole air thing. It's not gonna be the best air, but in a life or death situation, it's gonna definitely be a life-saving source of air. Just a couple of different things to think about. And there's videos on YouTube. You can learn more about air. That's the end of the video.